Okay. Good evening, everyone. A few photos and then we'll get started. Okay, who would like to ask a question? Andy Dillon from The Sun.
Hi, Tammy. I'd just like to kick us off by asking, the first game against Valencia, your team, got a bit of a lesson really in what it takes in the Champions League. Just wondering how far you think you've come as a player, but also as a man since then. How much you've matured since that performance, please.
As I was saying before, before the Valencia game, me, Mason, and Fikayo were warming up together, and it didn't feel real that we're all in the Champions League together. Hearing the Champions League music in the background, we've all said to each other we're all in the Championship the season before, so it's a dream come true for us. Just the little details of obviously in the game cost us the game, but from then, we've had to learn, develop our game, in different areas as well. So, this is an important tournament for us. So it's just about, tomorrow's a massive game as well. So we just have to go out there focused and, leave it all on the pitch.
Will it be the biggest test of your nerves so far, this one, because of the way the group's positioned?
It will be. But we know, coming here, it's never going to be easy. The fans are going to be supporting Valencia all the way, so we have to use that as fuel. And for us, just sticking as a team and sticking together, and like I said, leaving it all out there.
I was just going to ask you how much you've improved through playing in the competition, and just how important is it indeed that you stay in it, because obviously it gets really serious, doesn't it, in the knockout?
Yeah, like I said, for many of us, it's a dream come true. So we don't want that dream to stop now. We want to keep going. Keep pushing, keep doing the best we can. Just like I said, tomorrow we just got to leave it all out there.
It feels though that you have taken major strides thanks to this competition. You look a different player now.
Thank you.
You're improving through playing on this stage, aren't you?
I guess you have to. For me, in my spare time, I take time and go on YouTube, watch the best strikers in the world playing this competition. So for me, it's just about stealing their ideas and adding it to my game.
Which ones are you watching?
I've watched many. I've watched Harry Kane, Aguero, Firmino. There's a lot of, obviously, these are Premier League strikers, but elsewhere as well, the Lewandowskis and all sorts, and players who've obviously played in this competition before.
Simon?
Hi, Tammy. One of the things that Joe Cole, in his punditry work for BT Sport, keeps talking about you, he says that you're absolutely raging in training if you're not on the winning team and you don't score. You're obviously scoring goals regularly this season, but what is your mood when you haven't scored? It seems like you take it off.
For me, it's I've grown up with the mentality of I always want to win. I'm always a bubbly character in training and in games. For me, it's just about getting the 3 points and winning. And if I can top that out with a goal, then that's a bigger achievement for me as well. Yes, obviously, as a striker, you want to score goals, but if you don't score and your team win, I'm always happy. If I don't score and my team lose, it's the feeling's even worse. But like I said, just supporting the team and just helping the team as much as I can.
Tammy, Frank was just asked about the fact that you've scored a lot of big goals for Chelsea this season, important goals, but haven't maybe scored against the big clubs yet. Mm-hmm. And he said he's got no worries at all about that. I just wondered how you felt about it, whether it's anything that plays on your mind at all.
No, I wouldn't say it plays in my mind. Coming against great teams, there's going to be less chances in games, and that's something I have to be ready for. When that chance comes, I have to try to grab it with two hands. But no, I wouldn't say I'm worried about it. I think every team in the Premier League or Champions League is a good side. I wouldn't say a weak side. So scoring goals against anyone, I'll celebrate that like it's the World Cup final.
Alison?
Hi. Frank said Chelsea are sort of in knockout football a bit early because of the way the group is. I wondered if the way you've been preparing for the game, it feels like a cup tie more than a group game, and how that has transferred to how you've been preparing for the game.
Sorry, can you say that again?
The whole thing?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Is it working? In Spanish. Hola, Tammy. Frank says, because there's 3 teams on 7 points,
Yeah.
it's like a knockout game almost. And I wondered if it felt in training like you're preparing for a cup game as opposed to a league game, and how that's transferred to how you're preparing for it. You did say you want to leave everything out there. Could you sort of expand on that?
Yeah, we know it's, this is our biggest game of the season so far. Training hasn't been different. No one's been acting different or acting weird, or I should say. But, we've all been enjoying training, focused in training. We always want to win in training. Obviously, coming after that loss at Man City, we're all disappointed, but we know we had to pick ourselves up, that we've got another massive game coming up. So for us, I think once tomorrow comes, we'll all be in game mode, and we know that we have to give our best performance to win that game. I'm sure all of us know what's coming, so we should be ready.
We'll finish
Tammy,
with Andy.
Just a quick one. You said it felt surreal when you heard the music for the first game. Does it still feel surreal, or do you feel like you're just going to work now when you hear it?
I think it's just time for work now. Maybe when you're in bed and you've got the win, or maybe then it can hit you. But once you're on the pitch and you hear that, you have to be focused. Like I said, tomorrow is probably our biggest game of the season so far. So you have to let that joy, or that childhood dream, that you've always dreamt of, just go for a minute and just focus on the game.
Does that mean it's the biggest game of your career, do you think?
I would say so, definitely. I'd say so. So for me,
Thanks, everyone.
Cool.
Cheers, Tammy.
Thank you.